Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is Friday. Hope you guys are all having an amazing week and into the weekend. Hope it all goes very well for you. Today is my last daily vlog of the week, that is. Remember, I'm doing this Monday through Friday, taking the weekends off and starting back up fresh on Monday for you guys all. So thank you so much if you guys have watched all my daily vlogs up until now. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully it has brought you some great insights, some advice, and just kind of open up your world to some new ideas. So that's what it's all about here. I just want to create a community of advice and insights, learning from my experiences, so you guys don't have to learn on your own, although it is good to learn on your own, but you can learn from my mistakes, that is. Without further ado, today I want to talk about what a fellow viewer commented on the other day, and they mentioned they wanted to see a vlog about dedication. So here's that comment now. I think that's a great topic to talk about because it definitely ties in with almost every past vlog I've talked about, but especially the one yesterday. I talked about sacrifice, right? Giving your all, giving up the things to do what you really love to do. Along with that, dedication is what makes everything all work, drives you towards your goals. It forces you to focus on the things that matter and forget about the things that don't, right? Dedication is really a lifestyle. It's not just something that you do, it's your whole well-being. It's whether it's waking up early in the morning and running 10 miles like I used to back in the day. For training for cross country. That's what we used to do. We used to run every day, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles, either in the morning or afternoon, depending on when practice was, or some people want to get mileage in beforehand. But regardless, it's all about dedicating your life to what you want to do, and that requires a lot of sacrifice, like we've talked about yesterday, intense motivation, passion, and just willingness to succeed and keep on setting these goals and raising the bar higher and higher. The higher you get, the more you want and the more you attain, and you just keep on going. But none of that counts if you're not dedicated to what you're doing. I can't tell you how to be dedicated because, as I just mentioned earlier, it's all about a lifestyle. It's about doing the right things for yourself to get you to where you need to be. And depending on what your focus is in life, I mean, if you want to leave a comment below and if you want me to see if I can put together something for you, I'd be more than happy to. But all this is kind of generally speaking, right? You know, apply these general principles to your current situation and try to work that in specifically based on your life, right? But yeah, it all comes down to just putting these needs that you have before anything else in order to maintain your goal. And it's very difficult to do, just like anything else we've been talking about. To dedicate your life to something means sacrificing, as I've already mentioned. I know I might be double repeating some things here, but this is super important, and I really want to reapply these principles here to ensure that this actually gets through to you guys. Because a lot of the times, you know, including myself, I'll watch videos such as these, self-help, coaching, whatever, and they're great to watch and they're entertaining, they're informative, but then, you know, I just don't put it in place, right? Or you don't put it in place, or at some point just watch something just for the sake of watching it and then we don't put it in place. So how do you put it in place? How do you put this dedication, this sacrifice, motivation all in place? Well, you know, it comes down to having a good routine, first off, you know, a schedule, something that you can do repeatedly every day. Obviously at first it's really hard to do and it's really hard to get into, but once you start getting into the flow of things, it starts becoming easier. And I believe I mentioned something along the lines of that last week or earlier this week. I was referring to that BoJack Horseman episode where BoJack's trying to run. It was like his first day and he was just on the ground, just out of it, super tired. Someone comes over, hovers over him and says, you know, it's tough at first, but over time it does get easier, but the hardest part is doing it every day. That's truly is. You know, make it easier to do, but it's still going to be pretty tough to repeatedly do it. So, you know, I ran competitively cross country for about 10 years, and in the beginning it certainly was hard, and even throughout the whole 10-year career I had with it, there's definitely many difficult parts to it, but for the most part I could easily chalk off a 10 to 20 mile run without thinking about it. But to do that repeatedly, you know, throughout the week, that was pretty tough, but I knew I could do it because the base fundamental work I put in to get myself there. So that's what it all comes down to. In order to dedicate your life to something, you know, you got to figure out your scheduling, your routine, and get the fundamentals down. You can't just start off on the very high point of whatever it is that you want to go into. Like, let's say you want to be a professional baseball or basketball or football, soccer, I don't care. You name the sport, doesn't matter. You obviously can't just go try out for the big leagues right away. I mean, unless you're like someone straight out of high school with an obscene amount of talent, which is definitely true, but that counts for like less than, 1% of the population. I'm talking about like the general public here, people in the middle of the bell curve, if you will, where we have to really work at what we do to get to where we want to go. Nothing against people who have this super uber natural talent, because I had obviously some natural talent in running. That's what allowed me to propel myself in that sport. I got a stick dude body, decent lungs. I was definitely blessed with a good running body and dynamics and physiology. However, without the work to put that in, none of that even counted, right? So there's people with all this talent out there and they're not doing anything with it. It's just like that Steve Prefontaine quote I mentioned yesterday. To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gifts. So if you're not putting your best out there, then you're sacrificing what you have to offer the world. So whatever it is that you have to offer the world, it's in you, but you got to bring it out of you somehow, and that's through all of this scheduling, this routine, setting these goals, motivating yourself, giving up things that don't matter, stop watching TV, read more books about your industry, whatever it is that you want to do. Start looking at influencers in your industry, see who's doing it the right way and learn from them, and try to reach out to them or reach out to people who are similar to them in some ways, and just start learning from everyone that you can, because you don't know it all, I don't know it all, no one knows it all, but we all can learn from each other, and together, essentially, we would pretty much know it all. I mean, that's what the internet is, right? Just a culmination of everyone's knowledge and resources. So on our own, we're pretty much knowledgeless, but when we come together and share information, it becomes very powerful. So, that's why I want to share this knowledge with you guys, so you can pass it on and, share it amongst your peers, your family, whomever is watching this, and hopefully benefit something out of it together here. And I'm definitely learning from you guys, from comments you're putting out there, your self-experiences as well. I'm learning just as much from you as I hope as you are from me. Anywho, I know I kind of got off topic there, but it all comes down to getting the fundamental base down, what you want to do, and then dedicating yourself to that literally every day. Even obviously on the weekends, you got to do it too. I ran 7 days a week. Took a day off once in a while. But for the most part, we were expected to run every day. And I wanted to run every day. And that's a big difference here, guys. Like, you gotta want to do what you are doing. You don't want to do something that someone forces into you, like a school, parents, job, whatever. I mean, I get all that, but when it comes time, it is ultimately going to be up to you if you want to do it. If you're feeling forced into it, it just feels unnatural, it just doesn't feel right for you, then, stop doing it. Go into something that you want to do, that you're going to be happy with, regardless of money. Because as you guys know from my vlog yesterday, I pretty much have nothing, but yet here I am. I'm doing what I love to do because I just love to create. The money always comes. If that's the first thing that you're thinking about here is the money, then you're going to lose, because that's your only motivation. That's an external motivation. The motivation needs to come inside of you, right? From your heart, your soul. That's where the dedication and the passion lies, guys. Anyhow, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. I'll see you guys on Monday. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave the thumbs up if you enjoy this. And my name's Kyle Coughlin. Appreciate you guys watching. All right, everyone. I'm out of here. Later.